What happens when a woman who has built her life on faith begins to question the very foundation on which she stands? For so many years, Janelle Brown was the steady heartbeat of a complex plural marriage. Calm, practical, loyal. But what happens when loyalty feels different from respect and faith begins to ask tougher questions? Have you ever found yourself in a place longer than your spirit could handle simply because leaving was too much to bear? This is not a story about anger or controversy. It is a story about quiet strength, about spiritual freedom, and about one woman's choice to find peace rather than pressure. Let's enter Janelle's story with sensitivity. There comes a time in life when the sound of silence is louder than the sound of shouting. For Janelle Brown, that time didn't come with fireworks and shouting matches. Came with quiet nights of reflection and honest talks with herself. 4 years on Sister Wives, Janelle had been the stable one, practical one, calm one, the independent one. Emotions may have run high around her, but she was always the steady one. But beneath the calm exterior, something was changing. Her spiritual marriage with Kody Brown had been a part of her identity for decades. It wasn't just a marriage of love. It was a marriage of faith, commitment, and a common belief system. So when the cracks began to form, the pain wasn't just emotional. It was spiritual, and that kind of breaking point changes everything. Janelle had always approached marriage differently than the others. She valued independence. She worked. She built stability. Her relationship with Kody often seemed more like a partnership than a fairy tale. But over time, distance grew. Conversations became strained. Priorities shifted. The family dynamic changed in ways that left Janelle questioning where she truly stood. After Christine chose to leave, something awakened in Janelle. Not jealousy. Not rebellion. Reflection. She began asking herself difficult questions. Was she staying out of faith or habit? Was this marriage still nurturing her spirit, or had it slowly drained it? The answers weren't immediate, but they were honest. One of the most powerful parts of Janelle's journey is what it wasn't. It wasn't explosive. It wasn't bitter. It wasn't revenge. Her separation from Kody unfolded with a kind of emotional maturity that resonated deeply with longtime viewers. She wasn't chasing drama. She was chasing clarity. In their faith traditions, spiritual marriages hold eternal significance. Seeking a spiritual release isn't just filing paperwork. It's untangling a sacred bond. That decision carries weight, especially for someone who once believed wholeheartedly in the principle of plural marriage. But Janelle reached a quiet realization. Staying spiritually bound to someone who no longer shares mutual respect can feel heavier than letting go. And sometimes choosing peace is the bravest act of all. What makes Janelle's story compelling isn't just that she stepped away, it's how she stepped forward. She didn't collapse. She didn't crumble. She started rebuilding. Financial independence had always been her strength. Emotional independence followed. As she embraced life outside the marriage, viewers saw a different glow, not dramatic, not flashy, but steady and self-assured. Her quest for spiritual release wasn't about rejecting her past. It was about honoring it while acknowledging that seasons change. Faith evolves. People grow. Relationships transform. And sometimes spiritual freedom means trusting that God understands when your heart needs a new direction. Today, Janelle's journey feels less like an ending and more like a recalibration. Her connection to her children remains strong. Her independence remains intact. And her voice, once quiet in the background, now carries clarity. She didn't wage war. She didn't rewrite history. She simply chose truth. And in doing so, she reminded many viewers, especially women over 30, that it's never too late to reassess your life with courage and calm. 'Cause sometimes the most powerful transformations don't begin with chaos. They begin with a whisper that says, "You deserve peace."